Hello, 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 COMM 1010 students. This is John Kersey, your instructor, coming to you from the GM ASEP place at the AATC, the Advanced Automotive Technology Center on the western campus of Cuyahoga Community College. Come to kind of like this place. I teach a course here every spring semester for the auto tech students, a course they must have and must pass in order to graduate. And it's been a great experience doing it, by the way. Say, as we get into speech number 3 and speech number 4, I have a few words of advice I want to impart with you. When you deliver these next two speeches, 3 and 4, you have to make a decision which delivery method you're going to use. For many of us, we've done something called impromptu speaking, which is little or no preparation, and you give a 2, 3, 4 minute speech. In my live classes, I do that all the time. In speeches 3 and 4, some of you are going to want to do a manuscript or a memory delivery with your speeches. I need to let you know, because of the objectives that we're trying to do, the manuscript speech will have a penalty, points taken off for it, if you try to do that for the delivery in your 4th or persuasive speech. I don't believe you can give a good persuasive speech when you're reading from a manuscript. That's why. You can memorize it, or you have another delivery method, which I'm doing right now, extemporaneous. You take some notes and you use those notes to deliver your speech. Those are my notes, all right? As you prepare for speech number 3 or speech number 4, pay close attention to the rubrics. They'll be posted in Brightspace or Blackboard, depending on the learning management system that we're using. You want to look at that rubric carefully and make sure that you're meeting the objectives of the speech. So we know that in the informative speech, number 3, you're going to talk about objects, or people, or events, or processes and procedures. The textbook talks about creating an information hunger in a number 3 informative speech, and that's what you're going to want to do. And remember, in that informative speech, you're perfectly welcome to use charts, graphs, PowerPoint, Google Slides, any type of illustrations to help support the point you're trying to make. The hardest speech of all is the number 4, persuasive speech. And keep in mind, per the textbook and per the rubric in the syllabus, the goals in that speech are to reinforce a position, to shift a person's position, to adopt a new behavior, or to try to eliminate a behavior when you deliver that speech. And again, I don't mind if you use 1 or 2 visual aids, but I don't want you to be heavily reliant on visual aids when you deliver that speech. I want to hear your public speaking skills, your vocal variety, your pitch, your rate, your tone, your volume, and other aspects of the delivery that would get the reader's attention, the listener's attention, and keep it. That's what we're looking for in speech number 3 and speech number 4. Finally, I have some advice for my online students from past recordings that I've had. And I may just need to make a big list and say, don't. But here goes. Don't record your speech in a car. You're not going to convince anybody or persuade anybody when you're speaking from a car. Don't record your speech from a moving car. Obvious reasons why you don't do that. Don't record your speech from your bed or your bedroom. Treat the speaker's platform with importance and significance, because you should. Don't sit when you deliver these speeches. You should be standing and acting like you're in front of a live audience, because in the live classes, we actually do have an audience, each other. All right? And then last but not least, make sure your camera is in landscape or wide mode. That's the way we do video. We don't do it in portrait or picture type mode. So if you're recording to submit, you have to do it in landscape. All right? When you're delivering your informational speech, your informative speech, let me try it again. When you're delivering your informative speech or your persuasive speech, look the part. Be ready to try to impart significant information. Be willing and look like you're trying to persuade people to adopt something or to do something differently in the way you conduct yourself during that speech. Follow these advice and these various tips, and you're going to do much better on speech number 3 and speech number 4 too.